You know, I felt, I think I made the right choice. I think I made the right choice, but you know, I appreciate it so much, and so this is a very special area to us. It's a very special area. You know, I see Ken Alexander's wife there, and his son, and of course Ken is the one reason why we went to Greenwood. And certainly being in Greenwood has been very positive for us. And Ken was a principal, and he hired me there, and I'll never forget that, and what a great opportunity that was for us. Coached for 40 years, enjoyed it. Great experience. But you know, after 40 years, maybe time to try something else. So in January of 2009, took over the South Carolina Athletic Coaches Association. I've sort of followed Coach Richardson his whole career. He went to Woodruff, he left Woodruff, went to Clunnon, we went to Woodruff. He was executive director, did such a great job. He gave it up, we took it over. So, you know, we've sort of followed each other. I've sort of followed him. He hadn't followed me, but I've sort of followed him. But great opportunity. The South Carolina, and I'm not going to talk about that today. Maybe I'll invite you back some other time. But the South Carolina Athletic Coaches Association is the best known secret in South Carolina. It's the best kept secret. We've got 5,600 members. What other organization has 5,600 members? Great organization made up of coaches. And, you know, we work with various things. And Cindy, we appreciate you. And Cindy's a big help and a part of our staff. And we certainly appreciate her very, very much. We've got a lot of all-star games. You mentioned the Shrine Bowl. We've got the North-South coming up, and some good things there. Okay, one thing I've got to share with you. You know, Mary and I came to a banquet here in the Clunnon-Lawrence area. It was at PC several years ago, and it was a lot of coaches that were. Herbert Adams was my first football coach. Coach Adams was probably, I still call him Coach Adams. He coached me, and I never will forget, he chewed my rear end out one time for not hustling. I tried to hustle the rest of my life. And I really remember that. But anyway, we were in a meeting at PC, and there were a lot of people there, Coach. A lot of coaches were there. And we were walking around, and Mary and I was there. I wish Mary could have been here today. We were walking around and said, Mary, you know, there's a lot of great coaches in this area. There's a lot of great coaches. She said, yeah, and there's one less than you think. So she has a way of humbling me, you know, very much so. I'm glad some of y'all are finally getting that. Evidently your wife doesn't talk to you like that, but yeah, I get that every once in a while. But, you know, this is an area. We were at Woodruff. That's where we began our career. I got very humble there also. We started our career there. In 1975, we won the state championship. In 1976, we won the state championship. And then the job came open in 96, and I hated to go in and tell Coach Varner that we were thinking about leaving and going to 96 if the job was offered, and we were hoping it would be. But, you know, I decided to do it, and I was really worried. I said, you know, man, we've had 2 great years. I'm just not sure how Woodruff's going to do. You know, I don't want to leave them high and dry. Think a little bit more myself. Well, they won the state championship in 77. They won it in 78. Played for it in 79. Won it in 80. Won it in 83. They didn't miss me a bit. And, you know, that's very humbling. That was very humbling to go through that and find out, hey, you know, at least we were part of it. And it was a great experience for us. And you know, if you've heard stories about Coach Varner, they're all true. And you know, so we won't go any further than that. You know, people say, no, I got to share this story with you. I've got to share this story with you. Sam Montgomery was a young man that played for us at Greenwood. Now, if you watch the Alabama LSU game tomorrow, Sam will be number 99. He's a starting right defensive end for LSU. But Sam only played 2 years in high school. He thought I was too mean, so he didn't come out first couple of years. But finally, I got to talk to Sam, and we became good buddies. And Sam waved at me down at LSU a couple of weeks ago. Mary and I went down there, great thrill. He waves at us. He couldn't come down where we were, but great young man. But Sam had never played football until his junior year. Now, he's 6'5", weighs about 275 now, but weighed about 245 in high school, and he could run. So we put Sam on the kickoff covering team. We say, Sam, your job now when this ball is kicked is you run as fast as you can down that field. You run as fast as you can. This team that we were going to play is going to do a wedge return, and you just throw your body into that wedge, and somebody else will come in and make the tackle. He said, fine, coach. And he was excited. He was 6'5", 240, never played football there. This was his first game, but you could tell he was going to be a player. There wasn't no doubt about this. So we kick off. This is the only game he ever played on the kickoff team. He said, Coach, I'm not sure about that kickoff team. He said, Sam, we'll put you somewhere else. I didn't want him to get upset. But he goes down, and he's going as fast as he can. I'm talking fast, but Greg took all my time. But anyway, I had to say that. But if anybody starts getting up leaving, I'll know I better shut up. But we go, and Sam's going as fast as he could, and he's running, and he's flat getting after it, and they form this wedge, and sure enough, Sam goes in, and he goes right to the middle of the wedge, and bodies go this way, and bodies go that way, and somebody else comes in and makes a tackle, and here comes Sam off the field. 6'5", 245, coming like this. Goes down to the end of the coaching box. Well, he's supposed to be on the field. He's supposed to be playing. I said, Sam, that's a great play. That's a great play. He said, Coach, they blinded me in one eye. They blinded me in one eye. I said, Sam, turn your helmet around. That ever happened to y'all? Billy Strickland will attest to this. Isn't that, it's come a long way from that situation to have a picture on 92,000 tickets at LSU. The ticket had Sam's picture on it for the Carolina game. So, Sam's come a long way. But, people say, Coach, what does it take to be a good football team? What does it take to be a successful football team? What does it take to be a good church? What does it take to be a business that succeeds? What does it take to be the kind of individual that you want to be? Because all of them take the same things. All of them take the same things. First of all, to be a successful football team, you got to have community support. You got to have support from your school district, and you got to have community support. Your community's got to get excited. And folks, y'all live in two areas that get excited. And y'all live in two areas that have high expectations. And you live in two areas, and you need to be fortunate for this. In PC, I tell you what, I have a picture on our wall in our office of a game at PC, and it shows a big old number 75. I was about 230 then, but I was one of the biggest players, and I'm coming on the field, and I see the excitement in the stands, and they're clapping. You got to have excitement. You got to have enthusiasm. You got to have support if you're going to be successful. You got to do that. Second thing you got to have is you got to have a good coaching staff. You got to have good coaches. Again, this area, very fortunate. Very fortunate to have the coaches that you have and the people that put in the time and the effort and want you to be better young men, not just better football players. And that's what you have here. You find teams that are successful. Coach King had a great years over at BHP and other places, and then he went into business. Coach Strike had the teams at Walterboro, then he came to PC. Same things. You got to have these same qualities. But you got to have coaches that care and coaches that work hard. And all your successful programs, you have coaches that stay. Coaches that are, that make a commitment just like the head coach does, and they stay. And you've got some continuity. The Greenwood coaching staff tonight is going to be very interesting. And the fact that 4 of them played for us, 2 of them played for us in Union, 2 of them played for us in Greenwood, they're still there. And then, you know, some of them we, you know, have been there 4, 5, and 6 years. But you get that loyalty, you get that commitment. So Billy Strickland, take care of your coaches and make sure you pay them enough. And same thing in Clunin, you know. Oh boy, Billy never speak to me again. I done put him on the spot. And I know PC plays well, so I know that. Actually, what I'm doing, there's so many good jobs coming open. I'm trying to get back on the scene here. I tell you what, I'm trying to get my name in the pot, but I know what PC plays. So anyway, I'm going to have a lot of people going to hate me after this. But no, you've got to have those coaches. You've got to have that continuity. You've got to have those people working together. So if you got community support, and you've got community involvement, and you've got your school district behind you, which you have here, these school districts and the leadership at PC, you've got that. And then if you've got a good coaching staff and you're able to keep them, then of course you've got to have good players. And guys, I can see here, I look forward to seeing y'all play tonight. I look forward to seeing that 300-pounder who's now, what, 240? I tell you what, now, I look forward to seeing that. That's going to be interesting. What's your number? 65. 65, okay. I'm going to watch. I'm going to get there early so I can throw up at my spot in the end zone. And then I'm going to go. So don't warm up down there. And then, Bobby and I have always been good friends. Bobby got so mad at me the year before that. The year before, he got so mad. He accused me of onside kicking, and I swear we didn't. It was a boy did onside kicking, but he slipped. But anyway, but Bobby. No, you know that's true. You know, you heard what Greg said about me. You know I wouldn't do that. Isn't that right, Greg? You tell me.
You didn't even mention anything about that night when we got home, 1991, that boy trapped that ball in there.
I'm not going to say that, no.